morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The suspect of a stabbing is dead following an officer-involved shooting. Thursday morning, police were called to a house near 13th and Garfield in Sioux Falls. Officers, the SWAT team, and negotiators surrounded a house. Inside
was a person suspected of stabbing 2 adults and a juvenile. Negotiations lasted for an hour until the armed suspect ran towards officers. Shots were fired and the suspect died on scene. The DCI is investigating the officer-involved shooting. We'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
While a lot of officers had their guns drawn and focused on the house and the suspect, police were concerned about the surrounding area where a lot of kids were on their way to school.
You may have other kids walking, you may have other people walking, cars driving it, so it's making sure that everybody is safe in the situation. Something this volatile, he had been suspected of harming 3 other people, and so safety is paramount.
Despite the safety concerns, Garfield Elementary, a few blocks away, did not go into lockdown.
The South Dakota Supreme Court says the public has the right to know about a high-profile case involving an unnamed person, but the documents remain sealed for now. The case in question began in 2019 when a DCI special agent requested several search warrants, which were sealed by a judge. It's been in and out of the courts ever since. Members of the media, including ProPublica, want the documents unsealed. But the unnamed person at the center of the case wants to keep it secret and has hired former Attorney General Marty Jackley to fight to keep it sealed. The case made its way to the Supreme Court in August. Yesterday, the High Court released its decision. The justices decided to uphold a circuit court ruling requiring search warrants and some other documents be unsealed. But that won't happen until the time to petition for another hearing has expired. Affidavits, which include details on the case and explanations for the searches, will remain sealed. At this time, KELOLAND News has decided not to use the name of the person at the center of the case because at this point, the name is not included in any public documents. The person in question is only referred to as the implicated individual. Well, now let's check in with meteorologist Scott Munt in the Storm Center. We are looking at a warmer start to the weekend, Scott.
Yeah, nice to see that. Temperatures today 50s, 60s to near 70 degrees. And then we'll watch cooler weather arrive as a cold front moves through for tomorrow. Help to bring that cooler weather in the western, central, and northern South Dakota. I still think we may squeak out to the upper 50s to lower 60s in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. But that will change for Halloween as that cooler weather arrives. And then we'll just go cold next week. Afternoon highs in the 30s and 40s. Overnight lows in the 20s. More details on your KELOLAND Live Doppler forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Students at GRANDVIEW Elementary School in Rapid City will be attending class remotely again today due to a staffing shortage caused by an increase in the number of COVID-19 cases. Rapid City Area School Superintendent Lori Simon used her authority Wednesday to close the school.
Earlier this year, the school board removed her authority to close schools due to a pandemic or a health-related crisis. You can hear from Simon and a concerned mother of a Grandview kindergartner in this KELOLAND.com original by Jacob Newton right here on KELOLAND.com. SDSU's Local Foods Education Center is donating 20,000 pumpkins this year to make sure kids in Brookings and the surrounding communities all have the opportunity to get a pumpkin this season.
For the Lake Benton Elementary School, it was an exciting time as kids were able to pick out their pumpkins.
Our kids were so excited, the littles were just, oh, we can't wait. And it was funny because we would have some of our younger students want a bigger pumpkin, and we said, okay, remember, you have to be able to carry that in, you have to be able to carry it on the bus, and some of them were like, well, this might be a little bit too big, but it was just wonderful.
Some of the teachers used the different varieties of pumpkins donated as an educational tool to teach their class about pumpkins and what they can do with them. When Halloween time rolls around in KELOLAND, some may start thinking about the infamous blizzard that happened on the holiday 30 years ago. About 8 inches to 1.5 feet of snow dropped in southeastern KELOLAND over a few days.
Some kids trudged through the snow to collect candy, while others hunted for candy indoors. While a blizzard isn't in the forecast for KELOLAND this weekend, it will be a good idea to wear an extra jacket or two with your costume.
Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather here today. It looks very pleasant. Highs into the low 60s near Sioux Falls and into the Pier area. Could hit 70 or a little better in Rapid City. Tonight, tomorrow, we start to see the weather change. This is our frontal system tomorrow. It's going to deliver gusty winds to central South Dakota, northern areas tomorrow afternoon. Sioux Falls will start to pick up on the wind out of the north at 15 to 30 in the late afternoon. And then on Sunday, that steady breeze and that colder weather. Highs are going to be stuck in the 40s, and we're going to stay there into early next week. The pattern does feature some chance of snow in the region. You'll notice a little bit of that in the Black Hills Sunday, and then northern Minnesota could see a little snow in the air Monday. We'll keep tabs on all of that. I think there's enough here to watch the forecast, but right now nothing too significant as far as major storms. Just colder weather to start November. Highs today up to about that 60-degree mark in Mitchell, 57 Brookings. Your 7-day forecast, one more day near 60 tomorrow in Sioux Falls, and then 47 Sunday, 44 Monday, and then into the upper 30s as we head toward Wednesday. Overnight lows, too, are dropping down in the 20s. Aberdeen and the Northeast, we're looking at high temperatures into the lower to middle 20s. Much of, well, the lows there in the 20s and the highs in the 30s and 40s. So it's bottom line very cool. And Pier and Rapid City, same thing. Lows at night in the 20s and highs during the day slipping back into the upper 30s by the end of the 7-day forecast. And there could be another round of some light snow there by Wednesday in the Black Hills. Find out more details with your weekend forecast online right here at KELOLAND.com. And have yourself a great day.